Greetings to all and sundry, Chancellor North Wales here. Time for another Chancellor's View. Modelling discussion and general waffle. So, firstly, thank yous. Thank you guys for all your great comments and feedback about the Kamov 25 build. Very much appreciated. It was a project that I thoroughly enjoyed, and for myself, I felt I achieved my goal of trying to get 40 quid's worth of modelling out of a £5 kit. So I was chuffed with it, thoroughly enjoyed it, and really appreciated all your comments and your support on that build. Also, with the feedback and the views, it did push my number of subscribers up to beyond 800. So another big thank you there, guys. That so many people are willing to subscribe to an old sod like me building kits and chatting about it. Anyway, thanks. Couple of shout outs. The first lad, I'm gonna do two, and I have got in the back of my mind, I've subscribed to quite a few people. I want to spend a bit more time thinking it over before I do a video with more shout outs, because I like to give a bit of thought to it. I like to pre-plan it, make some notes, and this video is very much like the post Kamov Chance's View. So the two chaps, I'm going to start off with a young American lad called Average Modeler. He's currently working on a Ju-87 Stuka in 1/72, the Haayer kit. I like the way he presents his videos. I like the way he discusses about his experience with the hobby, his experience with the build, and I do feel that this is a gentleman worth encouraging and supporting. So you'll find a link down below in the description section to his channel, so I strongly suggest subscribing to him. The other guy is, and I fully appreciate most of you are who follow this channel are subscribed to him. It's Jan Haayer from the Northview Model Shop. He recently built I think it's the F6 Panther, something like that, the lovely American 1950s naval jet, which I thought turned out beautifully. And now he's building the Cold War classic, the F-105 Thunderjet. It's like the Thunder Chief, and it's one of those types that I utterly adore. It's a great classic American aircraft, a big bullish machine that just looks lovely. He's doing the 1/48 scale Revell kit, and it's a build I'm going to be following keenly and seeing the outcome of that. So if you're not subscribed, if you're one of the very few who isn't subscribed to Jan Haayer, I strongly suggest you do so. He's got a great channel with a really good way of presenting and chatting about the hobby. So what are my current projects? Well, I've now started on my next one, which is the Su-34, and never mind what it says here, strike flanker, Su-34 fullback. This is the Italieri kit. My goal with this one is I want to build it in the markings and configuration of one of the Su-34s that has been seeing service in Syria. Of particular note, they are operating the type with, as well as the camouflage blue scheme, also with I think it's a very dark blue bordering on black top surface and a light blue bottom surface, which really gives it a wonderful predatory look, and I think the tonal variation can be achieved with it as well. I've already started taking the stuff off the sprue, so it's going to be a fairly large one. I really feel that this is going to be a kit where it hangs on the painting. There's not going to be much, if any, conversion or revision work or addition work on this. I have seriously thought, because I'm not happy with the decals that come with the kit, namely is that they've only got markings for one aircraft, and that was an aircraft that was an air show. Likewise, the ordnance that it comes with is what you call display ordnance. It's weapons that you hang on an aircraft when you're trying to sell it to show, look at the wonderful, maybe not so wonderful load we can carry. Whereas if you think about what would be a mission specific load and look at reference pics, you see it sits in a much narrow it's the configuration when it's on operations would be different, and likewise the markings are somewhat different as well. Now on the markings front, I'm seriously thinking about ordering a decal set from Hannon's for this particular project, basically so I can capture the particular aircraft I'm looking at. I will be putting in pilot figures on this one, so it won't be having intake covers on, and I'll be digging out some other ordnance from my Russian weapon sprues. So I've accrued a couple of kit boxes of sprues containing Russian ordnance. I think that's fairly inevitable considering the stuff I do. So it's going to be a very it's one of those cases when you see a specific aircraft and you say, that's what I want to build. I want to build that particular plane. So we'll see what happens on this one. But as I said, it's going to be, in my mind, a build that hinges on the painting, particularly with the horizontal split. I don't think this is going to be a filler queen, as much as I enjoy them. And I think probably the build after this, I'll be grabbing one of my A model kits, so that'll be time for another filler queen then. So that's where we are with the projects. A little heads up here, there's going to be another Chances View vid following on from this, maybe not compiled today. For those of you who follow, who are from the scale modeling community who follow this, and the majority of you are, this other vid's going to be, I'm going to be talking about the gaming side. As you guys know, this channel is modeling and wargaming. It's just because modeling can be a fairly isolated activity. You know, we hole up in our man caves and we build our kits, and the kits go on the shelf. YouTube helps make this a very much more social activity and something we can share with one another, learn from one another, and also going to Chester Model Club as well. But it's still, at its core, we tend not to have a mate sat with you when you're building your kit. So it's a different perspective. Now my second Chances View is going to be much more talking about the wargaming side, and I was at the UK Games Expo. I'm going to be discussing that as well. So I appreciate if you're from the modelling community and that's not really your cup of tea, fair dues, and I just feel it's only fair and appropriate to give you guys a head up. And when you see that one, you know, don't worry too much. Most people are saying, please watch my vids. I'm saying, if it's not going to be of interest to you guys, don't worry too much, but that's what it's going to be about. So thank you all, thank you for your views, thanks. It's great to see the lovely work going on. And Rebels at Cloud 9, I know he went through a bit of a dark spot with his modelling, and then to see him building the Nakajima Kate torpedo bomber, or doing a refurb of a kit, great, just that, you know, I think he's doing I'm liking that build. I'm liking that. I think I need to watch the final vid on that, but the first vid I saw I liked, and maybe it was a good way for him to get his mojo back. But nonetheless, good to see him there and doing his stuff. So guys, take care, God bless, and happy modelling.